fourths, tuning number 39, 6 ways to play a 2-octave diminished triad arpeggio in one hand position starting from the second inversion. So that is quite a mouthful, but probably easier to understand once I show you. So like everything else in the series, the guitar is tuned in perfect fourths, and I'm in E. The lowest note is an E. So I have E, A, D, G, C, and F in the tuning. So by the end of this lesson, you're going to learn 6 ways to play a 2-octave arpeggio of the diminished triad, the same notes in the same order. In this case, we're only dealing with 2 different intervals, the minor third and the diminished fifth, and they're converse. So the minor third is the same as a major 6, and the diminished fifth is the same as an augmented fourth. So, and perfect fourths makes the whole thing much easier, which is kind of my point. And there's a link to the PDF and other cool stuff in the description here. So this is the entire diminished triad from the second inversion. So we're starting off, so in the key of F. So this is our root position, but we're starting on the diminished fifth. So this is our first inversion sound. It's got that nice kind of foreboding tonality to it. And I'll show you the pattern. So this pattern looks a little bit more kind of visually jumbled, but it is a symmetrical pattern. So we're going to start in this case on the 7th fret, and I'm going to go up to the 13th fret to play the root, play the exact same note on the 8th fret over here, then go up to the flatted third, play the same note up here on the 6th fret, then the diminished fifth, flatted fifth on the 9th fret. I'm going to grab it again up here on the 4th fret. Then I'm going to jump all the way up to the root on the 10th fret. Then I'm going to play the root again on the 5th fret. Then I'm going to play the minor third on the 8th fret. Then I'm going to play the same note on the 3rd fret of the F string, the top string, and reach up a minor third to get it up there on the 6th fret. So coming back, flatted fifth, flatted third, root, flatted fifth on the 9th fret, and then minor third here on the 6th fret, and then flatted third again on the 11th fret, root, backwards on the root, and backwards on the where we started. On the second inversion of a diminished triad. So as we work across the neck, we're going to see the triad inversions kind of rotate, like I say it's like a kind of like a barber pole, because they're always repeating, and because we're in perfect fourths, the tuning and fingering is symmetrical, so that will come about. So there's going to be, in this pattern, we're going to take 2 notes per string and take 6 passes. We're just going to play 2 notes on the top string, 2 notes on the 2nd string, 2 notes on the 3rd string, and etc. And we're going to combine. This image here is 2 rows of triad. We're going to group them together. So it's going to be 7 notes all together to play. So we're going to start with the flatted fifth, the root, 3rd, an octave higher, and we're going to go up to that one more note. So we have 2 octaves plus a note in here, and we're going to be playing the notes in order. So we're going to have 6 different ways to play this pattern, and they're going to be the exact same pitches the whole time. So this first example is 2 notes on the high string, on the F string. So here we go. We're going to start with the flatted fifth on the 7th fret, then the root on the 8th fret, 3rd on the 6th fret, then we're going to go to the flatted fifth on the 4th fret, root on the 5th fret, flatted third on the 3rd fret, on the 6th fret, the flatted fifth again, coming back down, flatted fifth, 3rd on the 3rd fret, root on the 5th fret, flatted 5th on the 4th fret, flatted third on the 6th fret, root on the 8th fret, and flatted 5th on the 7th fret. As you notice here, we are in this second inversion, and we just take the exact same notes, exact same fingering, and we're up an octave higher with the same fingering. And that's one of the things that perfect fourth tuning gives us cleanly. So here we're going to go 2 notes on the second string here. So we're going to start again. 7th fret, flatted 5th, root 8th fret, flatted 3rd on the 6th fret, flatted 5th on the 4th fret, root on the 5th fret, minor 3rd on the 6th fret, whoops, on the 6th fret, what did I say? Root on the 5th fret, then the 8th fret for the minor 3rd, and then the flatted 5th on the 6th fret. And we're going to go back down again. Flatted 5th, flatted 3rd, root, flatted 5th, flatted 3rd, root on the 8th fret, and we're going to grab the flatted 5th on the 7th fret. Next we're going to move down. This is going to be our large leap of a whole tritone here. So we're going to start on the 7th fret, flatted 5th, root on the 8th fret, flatted 3rd on the 6th fret, flatted 5th on the 4th fret, hop all the way up to the 10th fret, flatted 3rd, flatted 5th, and coming back down again. And what you might notice is it's the root position repeated here. So same fingering, and we go up an octave. So the same fingering. So it's nice to do that in the perfect fourth world. Next, we're going to go to 2 notes on the 4th string from the top. So it's going to be the D string in this case. So start again on the 7th fret with the flatted 5th, root on the 8th fret, flatted 3rd on the 6th fret, flatted 5th on the 9th fret. I should have fingered that a little differently. And then we're going to have the root again on the 10th fret, flatted 3rd on the 8th fret, flatted 5th on the 6th fret. Coming back down again. 6th, 8th fret, 10th fret on the root, tritone, flatted 5th on the 9th fret, flatted 3rd on the 6th fret, root on the 8th fret, flatted 5th on the 7th fret. Okay, and we see again, we're going to have that second inversion. I made a mistake, but that was a scary mistake. So we have that second inversion going here. And as you practice these, I recommend practicing this very slowly and deliberately to get used to the sound, get used to the shapes, and then you can play around or make mistakes like I just did and hear how these sounds, and you can hear these fragments. I mean, you're probably not going to play them like this, but learning them like this lets you play the fragments together and make more interesting music. But what I find, and why I'm going through this for myself and for hopefully putting it out in the world for other people, is that I was try to play something or try to hear or understand something that was way beyond my ability to play, and I would just get lost. And somebody's just like, we'll just do this, and you just, or this, or this, or this. And I was like, whoa. But then after I've been doing this type of work for a while and getting these basic patterns under my fingers, now it's like, oh, he's ripping through or she's ripping through a triad in second inversion or first inversion, and that's part of that lick, and it helps me, like speaking, when you have your words together, is building your vocabulary. Anyway, here's 2 notes on the 5th string. So starting on the 7th fret, flatted 5th, root on the 8th, minor 3rd on the 11th, flatted 5th on the 9th, root on the 10th, then on the 8th, minor 3rd, and then on the 6th, flatted 5th. So we come back down again. And you See this kind of like weird V shape here too. It's kind of neat where we go flat at fifth, root, flat at fifth, root. Kind of neat. A lot of licks there. So now we're going to go to 2 notes on the 6th string. So we did this tritone jump on another string pair. We're going to do it again here. So we're going to start on 7th fret, go all the way up to the 13th fret for the root, and we're going to have 3rd on the 11th, 5th on the 9th fret, root on the 10th fret, 3rd on the 8th fret, flat at 5th on the 6th fret, and we'll see here we have the same pattern. The root position, let's see if I can play it all at once, and then we go up here. That's a big stretch for me, but for other people with fully functioning hands, it might be an easier time. Yeah, I have a hand damage, but then you just look at a video of Django Reinhardt playing, and it's like, well, I guess where there's a will, there's a way, because he only had 2 fingers, two functioning fingers. Anyway, so there we go. So we made it. This is a good pattern to practice. The diminished tonality and sound is an important part of music, and play around with this. Get it under your fingers. This is a particularly symmetrical one. It's tritones and thirds, and so you can slide around your thirds, slide around your tritones. If you want to add the 7th degree, that makes a whole other concept, but it's makes the whole thing symmetrical, a fully diminished triad. So that's another thing to go. Thanks for making this far. Thanks for watching. Here's some books that I have written. The first one helps you transition from somebody that might have learned cage for 10, 15, 30 years, and you want to change your mind into perfect force tuning. That helps you do it. And the next book is a detailed deep dive into triads. Here's my website where you can go get PDFs and all kinds of other stuff. Have a great day.